Hello everyone, Leah here. In today's video, I thought we could catch up with one another. It's been a while since I've posted to YouTube because I've been kind of busy, and I thought we could take this time for me to let you know about some upcoming projects, what's been going on, and I thought we could open the floor to discussing what it's like to grow as a creative, even if your intentions aren't to be an artist and to sell your work, but to use art for healing. But before I get into talking about everything, I just want to let you know the type of supplies that I'm using for today's painting. So I am going to be painting in my Etchr Sketchbook. I'm painting the very last page of this book, along with using supplies that are my acrylic paints that are from Charvin. I'm also going to be using my Caran D'Ache NeoColor watercolor crayons and my Luminance colored pencils. The canvas easel contraption in Mabob. Oh my god, the little thing that I have my book on. Oh no, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a U.Go anywhere palette. Basically, it's like this tiny little thing that looks like a laptop, and you basically use it like it's an easel, but you have your glass palette in front of you for mixing and working on the go. So where have I been, and why haven't I been posting for about a month and a bit? And the answer to that is I've been busy with work and client projects, as well as doing some things for myself. When it comes to being a creator and someone that shares their work on platforms like YouTube and social media, I'm a firm believer in doing things that don't require losing energy and burnout and going at your own pace. I know that all the experts out there say post once a week, post twice a week, every week, be consistent. But honestly, guys, our own mental health and our own physical health is far more important than posting every single week to social media platforms. So the client projects that I've been working on have been a bit of they've been really big projects, and they've been really immersive. So I've been really busy with just doing a lot of stuff. And if you aren't aware, what I do for clients is brand design and marketing. So I help clients with designing how they communicate with their customers and their ideal target market, as well as create content for them to use to communicate with them and how to communicate. And I create websites and do photographs and graphic design work and things like that. So I've had this really big project where I was working on a big thing, and it takes a lot of time to do it as well. So there's not a lot of time to sit down and really edit videos and record sound overs and everything like that. So what I like to do on my off times, when I'm not in the office working on the client project, is if I'm going to be taking care of myself, doing some healing with art time, I don't turn on my camera to record what I'm doing. I just put on my music, I grab my art supplies, and I relax. I focus on me, and I do what my soul needs. I had actually planned on dedicating February to creating a Skillshare class. However, my client project took up the majority of my time, which is okay. I can always get to filming my Skillshare class another day. I didn't want to overload my work days, so that way I'm, work. I'm a firm believer in life balance, balancing out things. I did, however, in between working on my client project and then starting another client project, I started to look for new printers for Blue Serenity. If you are new to my channel and you aren't aware of this, Blue Serenity is an affirmation deck that I designed full of 42 positive and calming affirmations that can be used for healing and to be used during your healing process and practices. I had it up on Kickstarter. However, due to the cost of the previous printer, I realized that my Kickstarter campaign goal was extremely high, even though I had a lot of people showing interest in it. So it didn't get fully funded. However, because of that, it gave me the opportunity to take a step back and approach different printers and get different pricing options for it as well. So that's what I've been doing. I even found a printer, and right now I'm waiting for my test prints to arrive, and I can't wait to be a part of this and work through it and, get a new deck in my hands. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm also in the process of reworking my own branding for my website, business cards, and things like that, because I decided to take a look at the things that I offer, what I want to do with my art, and how I want to help other people. And in doing that, I started to rethink my own color palettes and my approach to my website and stuff like that. So I've been slowly starting to unveil those kinds of things. If you are interested in knowing more about, say, why you pick certain colors and things like that for branding or anything like that, let me know. Like, if any of you are, small business owners or artists that are thinking about starting to sell their own work because you love it so much and it's a part of your soul kind of thing, let me know in the comment section if there's any kind of topics that you might be interested in, and I could make some videos about that as well. Now, let's get to today's topic that I thought we could discuss, which is growing as a creative, even without the intention of purposely expanding your art skills to be a professional artist. When you use art for healing, it's all about expression, but sometimes you don't know what you're doing when it comes to expressing those emotions or creating what you want to create. So you might start watching YouTube videos or Skillshare classes to learn new skills. And as you start evolving down that road, you yourself will find that your style has changed, your approach to colors change. I want to use this painting as a prime example of that. So I first got my Etchr Sketchbook in 2021, and the very first painting that I did was of these daisies that you can see on the right side of the sketchbook. I remember using my round brushes and mixing my muted tones with super vibrant colors and really just laying it on really thick and being uber bold with it. But today I have evolved as a creative. My tastes have also changed in the last 2 years. My approach to holding paintbrushes is very different as well. So I thought it'd be interesting for my very last page in this sketchbook to do a side-by-side comparison. And I am painting daisies again, only now, as you can see, I'm using a long handle paintbrush. I'm holding it at a distance, so kind of near the end of the paintbrush. I'm being kind of bold with my brush strokes and super loose with it as well. This kind of approach for me evolved over time. It came down to asking myself a few questions as I was learning and growing and evolving. And those questions I asked myself was, am I enjoying the process? So when it comes to healing and using art for healing, I think there needs to be a level of enjoyment, because if you don't enjoy it in some way, you're not going to want to continue down that path. So I asked myself, do I enjoy using these paintbrushes? Do I enjoy using these supplies? Do I enjoy the way I go about movement and how I move my body? Is it relaxing me? Am I feeling healed afterwards? Do I feel like I've, how am I feeling? And as those questions get constantly asked, I evolved. Am I also looking at plants and flowers the way I want to see it in my brain on paper? those kind of things happen as well. And I learned to approach these things and do these things by looking at photographs of the subject matter that I'm interested in creating, which is flowers. I took a few classes on Skillshare, and really I just focused on not trying to create art to look like other artists, but to reflect who I am. And that's kind of how it happens. It doesn't feel like growth while you're in the midst of it, but after a year or a few months even, you might notice the difference when you look at the physical proof, which is why I really liked this comparison right here, side by side. And I recommend doing that for yourselves. Alrighty, so we have reached the end of the video. Before we get to it and I sign off, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video and being a part of today's discussion. If you want to add any thoughts or opinions, do so in the comment section below. This is a safe and positive environment, so feel free to share your opinions and also be respectful to others of theirs as well. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in healing with art, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, stay magical.